Actually, no, wait. That's a lie. And welcome to episode 4 of the Desert Borealis podcast. My name is Tasha, and I'm the wife, mother, dyer, designer, and knitter behind all things Desert Borealis. I'd like to welcome you guys back to my channel, and I want to give a huge thank you to all those who have recently subscribed to my channel in the past week. I can't believe it because the membership has doubled. Subscribership? Membership? Whatever. Thank you. Thank you. Valley Girl much? Anyways, thank you for being here and for watching the podcast. So make sure that if you don't want to miss any of my upcoming podcasts or tutorials, that you click on the subscribe button down below. This is my spot where I'm most active. Every once in a while I'll post on Instagram, but I prefer YouTube over anything else. Let's get into this week's podcast. Today is July 19th, 2025, and it's about 8:20 in the morning. So I have 0 finished objects to show you guys, but I do have some progress on the whips that I have been working on for the month of July. Whip number 1. This is my triangulum blanket in the Bartok Stress It's a Killer bag by Fates Thread. They are no longer in business. Oh, this is a great one to start with. Hey guys, let's see all my progress that I haven't made. Okay, but I'm being honest with y'all, so there has been no progress made on this. I was doing really good last week and I had high hopes that I could continue that, but I decided to work on a few other things. Hopefully. So the goal for this last week was to do 1 triangle a day, and I did 0. So sadly, nothing on this, but it's pretty. I like looking at it. Whip number 2 is my northeasterly blanket. It's spending time in this bag by Lila Styles. And I actually reached my, well, kind of. I'm going to count it as reaching my goal. But I got 1 hour's worth of work done on the blanket, and my goal from last week was to work on it for at least 10 minutes a day. So I was 10 minutes shy, but I'm counting the goal as completed. Here is where I was, let's see, here's where I was last week, the red stitch marker, and I made, I don't know, about 2.5 inches of progress. The hyperactive goal for last week that I set for myself was to finish the 3rd row. Didn't do it, but that's okay. At least I got roughly 10 minutes a day in. And you know what? I need to get some stitch markers for this week so I can mark my progress. So this week's color is going to be blue light bulb stitch markers. I like to add progress keepers or light bulb stitch markers each week to my project rather than moving them up. That way I can see at the end of the month how much progress I have made. So this is my July progress keeper, and this is how much progress I've made. So there's blue all ready to go in. I guess I should add it to the triangulum as well. Okay, so you can see that I do have my red stitch marker in here from last week. And to just give myself more motivation to reach my goal on this, we're just gonna add the 2nd progress keeper to it. That way we're keeping things honest here, okay? So I will look at that at the end of the month and say, one of the weeks I didn't make progress. Let's hope that this one, the blue one, shows progress. Whip number 3 is my tan line joggers by Lil Wolf Knits. My daughter and I are working on these together, and the color that I'm using for these is a colorway that I dyed called Cherry Bomb. And we veered off from the pattern. I've said this before, but instead of just doing a folded top, we have opted to kind of do like a ribbing, joined it, and then we added elastic to give us more stability. Let's see, and this is where I was last week. So I think I got about 3/4 of an inch done. These I only work on with my daughter while we are listening to Agatha Christie, and the goal this week for us was to finish listening to Nemesis, and we did that. Really good book, and we started Sparkling Cyanide. I mean, 3/4 of an inch for increasing every other round. I will take it. And she's pacing herself to match me, meaning that she's a faster knitter, and so she'll put it aside and work on another knitting project to let me catch up. Let's put in a blue stitch marker. Okay, so yellow is where I was at the beginning of July, and then the red one, and now we have our blue. Whip number 4. The goal for my January hedgehog fiber socks was to finish all the gusset rounds, the gusset decreases, and I'm happy to say that I have done that. So these are being worked on Chowgu red lace, size 2, 2.75 millimeter needles, and this is a hedgehog fiber colorway called Festival Fever, and it's exclusive to Woolen Company yarn. Woolen Company? Online, it's just woolencompany.com. So that's where I got my hedgehog fiber. And this color right here is a color that I dyed last summer. Finished the gusset decreases, met my goal on that one. Super happy about that. For my 5th and final whip today, I have... Okay, so the goal, this is my neon fade sweater. It is fingering held double, and it's a fade mini set that I dyed last year. And the goal on this for this week was just to weave in all the ends, and I did it. I got all the ends woven in. I do have like the armpit to do, but those don't count as weaving in ends because you're actually like grafting them later. But here we go. See? No ends. All woven in. And the sleeves are the same way. Now, I thought that I would make no progress on this knitting wise, but having the ends woven in would be the ultimate for me. This is where I was at the beginning of, this is where I was at the beginning of July. This is the red stitch marker, and I actually got a couple of rows done. And good news, I am no longer doing magic loop. I've been able to decrease enough that I can very tightly shove them on a smaller circumference needle that I had. Eventually I'm going to have to do magic loop again, even with these, but I no longer am struggling with the 60-inch cord, so I'm more likely to pick this up now. Let's see, I am using Chowgu size 8 5.0 millimeter needles. So I was able to reach my goal on that project, which was super exciting. Just a quick recap here. For my goals last week, I wanted to catch up on the triangles. Didn't do that. I wanted to finish row 3 on my northeasterly. Didn't do that either. I wanted to finish weaving in all the ends on this, and I did it. The hyperactive goal for this sweater was to actually have it finished, but obviously I didn't do that, but I am close. And then my hedgehog fiber socks, I wanted to finish the gusset stitches, which I did, And on the tan line joggers, we wanted to finish listening to Nemesis, which we did. So out of 6 goals, I did complete 3. I will take a 50% goal completion any day because progress is progress. Now, looking ahead to next week, what I want to do is I really want to hyper-focus on finishing my 2 July projects, which are my hedgehog fiber socks and my neon fade sweater. I want to finish those so I can make sure that I can reach my overall month goal of finishing those 2 projects, and kind of let the northeasterly and the triangulum blanket take the bench for this week. And then hopefully with the couple of days that I have left of July, I'll be able to focus on the northeasterly and triangulum and get a lot of progress done. But I still do want to make a little bit of progress on those 2 projects moving forward into this week. For my northeasterly, the goal this week is just to work 10 minutes again on this each day, which I think I'm gonna jinx myself here, but I think it's pretty doable to work 10 minutes a day on the northeasterly. For my triangulum blanket, I'd just like to complete 3 triangles this week. I'm not trying to catch up. I'm not trying to do 1 triangle a day. I would just like to do at least 3 triangles this week. Like I mentioned earlier, the goal is to finish this. So I only have to finish the raglan decreases and do a collar. I'm not sure what kind of collar I want to do yet, but I do think that I'm going to match the 2x2 ribbing that I've done on the sleeves and the hem. The issue that I'm having deciding is if I want it to be a folded collar or if I just want it to be a standalone collar. So we will see. If you guys have any suggestions on what you think would look good, either just a regular collar or a folded collar, let me know down in the comments below. As for my hedgehog fiber socks, the goal for this week is to finish the foot and put the toe in. So I want to have this one done as well. I only have 60 rounds for the foot before I get to the toe. I think that I'll be able to take this a few more places than I have been able to in the past, because now I don't have to worry about decreases or heel flap or anything, so I can just do it in the round. Oh, here, I guess I could. This is where I was last week, so I made that much progress. But finish the sock. Tan line joggers, the goal this week is to just knit 1 inch. So if I can make 1 inch of progress on these, I will be super happy. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining, and make sure that you hit the like button down below, leave me a comment, and let me know what you're working on this week, and we'll see you real soon. Bye! That was fun.